Hi, Matt with etrailer. Today we're going to talk about the Gustafson's light fixture. Now this is going to be the one with the white shade to it, so I think that's really going to give you a bright light for where you're sitting and trying to enjoy your meal or play a game with your family. So let's take a closer look at it. Here at etrailer we have a lot of different light fixtures to meet your needs depending on the interior of your RV. So the one we have today, if you notice the design of this, we're going to have this pretty opaque light shade because a lot of them are going to be transparent, not this one, which honestly I kind of like because what this is going to do is funnel all that light downwards, and this gives us a really bright surface to work with. It's also going to help that this is white, so that's going to help the light bounce off and just help you see what you're doing. Now up top we're going to have that white design continuing up here, and then it's going to get to the frame. That frame is going to have that more of a semi-glossy finish to it, and it's going to be relatively smooth. So I think in a lot of RVs this will look pretty nice. And inside of here this is going to give off a fairly warm light, which is really nice because it's going to make things feel more homey. Now with this size of it, this is going to be 9 inches for the height and 11 inches for the width. So that's fairly compact when I compare this to a lot of other ones I've had in this RV. Now something that is nice about most types of light fixtures is that they're going to be kind of connected to the rest of your lights, but if you ever just want to turn this off by itself, keep the rest of those lights on, you do have a button. We press that down right here, and you can tell there's a big difference between what we had before and now. So I'll turn this back on, and this will be great, like I said earlier, if you just want to sit down, enjoy a meal with your family, or play a game of cards, you have plenty of light to see what you're doing. And if you do decide to go with this, let us know how it's working for you in either a comment or review, and definitely snag a picture of this so we can see how it's lighting up your setup. So first we want to start off by taking off our old light fixture. So in our case today, it's kind of hard to reach. So I'm just going to grab a smaller ratchet with a bit on the very end of it and move it this way. I'd recommend also keeping the hardware to this because the kit we have today doesn't come with any hardware, so you're probably going to have to reuse this. If this hardware is damaged, I'd recommend just picking some extra up so you can install your light fixture. Really just 2 screws for most of them. We're going to have these wire nuts that are already on here. Sometimes these aren't going to be on there, so we're lucky enough that we can reuse this. If you don't have any on here currently, then you can pick some up. Now sometimes you'll have this type of style. This is going to be something you'll have to cut off or break off, and those aren't recommended to reuse. So if you have the wire nuts, you'll be good to go. Our original light did have 2 bulbs on it, so we had an extra wire in the equation. All I did was just cap this off with a wire nut and some electric tape, so we should be good to go. Now we can put our new light fixture up there. So we have 2 different ways we can mount this to our ceiling. I'm removing these little hand knobs currently to show you this bracket that we have on a light fixture. So the way this works is you can put this into your ceiling if you got enough space there, and then underneath we have these bolts that will just screw on with the hand knobs, holding the fixture into place. Now for us today, it's a little bit tied up there for me to actually get it into place, so instead of that I'm going to go the second option. Well, I do like the look of this. In some cases it can be easier. This is going to work a little bit more with my ceiling style since I don't have to worry about those tight spaces, where we're going to have a screw that just goes through either one of these holes and secure this to our ceiling. Lift this up and connect our wires, our ground and power. Make sure the power is shut off so we don't shock ourselves like I was saying earlier. This can be a little bit tricky to do sometimes. This style isn't too bad for me though. Once you get both of those white ones twisted together, protect this nut, screw it on here to secure it down. You can throw some electrical tape on here if you want this to be extra secure. Then we'll take that black wire, connect it over here too. Screw this into place. Now I would recommend when you're initially connecting those wires, don't let the wires hold the whole weight of the fixture since this one is a little bit heavy and can damage something. So we're going to grab a screw now, and when we push this up into place, we want to make sure all the wires are getting underneath here, and they're in a spot where when I push the screw through here, it's not going to be making contact with anything. We don't want to damage our wires. before we screw this in completely, I put my power back on to make sure everything's going to work right. Because I don't want to install this, and if it doesn't work, I'll have to take it back down. So we're looking good there. So turn that off. Make sure all your wires are stuffed underneath there, lined up properly. And we're going to put our screw through. And it's important when you put this screw through here that it's not going to be damaging any of our wires or going through anything. So just make sure you're being careful, and then we can secure this down. And when you're done screwing this into place on both sides, you should be good to go. A tip I do have is having a ratcheting, especially a smaller ratcheting wrench with a bit in there, is going to go a long way because it can be a little bit tight with a screwdriver. Again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.